Okay, this is lesson 3, subtracting fractions with like denominators, which means the denominators are the same. This lesson is fairly easy, so hopefully you'll be able to finish it pretty quickly so that you can go back and do lesson 1 and 2 if you haven't finished those. All right, whenever you have denominators that are the same, like for number 1, you have 7 and 7, you just either add or subtract the top numbers. I just realized it's supposed to be subtracting and number 1 is addition, but whatever. Okay, so we're going to add 2 plus 3 is 5. And then your denominator stays the same, so it's just going to be 5 over 7. Number 3, the denominator is 11, so it's 10 minus 4, which is 6. And your denominator stays 11. Number 5 is 5 minus 1, which is 4. Your denominator stays the same, which is 6. Notice how they're both even numbers, which means you can divide them both by 2. So if I divide 4 by 2, that's going to give me 2. And if I divide 6 by 2, that's going to give me 3. Okay, for number 7, the denominator is the same, so all you're going to do is subtract the numerators. So that 7 minus 3 is going to give you 4. Notice that they're both even numbers, so you can divide them by 2. 4 divided by 2 gives you 2. 10 divided by 2 gives you 5. Number 9, same thing. Your denominators are the same. Keep your denominator. And then you just subtract. 7 minus 5 gives you 2. They're both even numbers again, so divide them by 2. 2 divided by 2 gives you 1. 8 divided by 2 gives you 4. Number 11, you have denominators the same. 4 minus 3 gives you 1. Number 13, your denominators are the same. 6 minus 1 gives you 5. Number 15, 15 minus 1 gives you 14. Now notice they're both even numbers, so you can divide them by 2. 14 divided by 2 gives you 7. And then 10 divided by 2 gives you 10. I'm sorry, 20 divided by 2 gives you 10. Number 17, your denominator is 9. Your numerator is 5 plus 1, which gives you 6. Those can actually be simplified by dividing both of them by 3. They're multiples of 3, so 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. And then number 19, 4 plus 2 gives you 6. They're both even, so we can divide them by 2. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. 16 divided by 2 gives me 8. Number 21 says Calvin measured 3/4 cups of oil and 1/4 cup of vinegar for salad dressing. Which ingredient did Calvin use more of and how much more? You're going to go ahead and subtract. He used more of the 3/4, obviously. And they want to know how much more, so you're going to subtract. Denominator is 4, and then 3 minus 1 gives you 2. They're both even, so go ahead and reduce that or simplify. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 4 divided by 2 gives me 2. So he used 1/2 cup more. Number 23, in problem 22, how much more of Marcy's library book did she read on Friday than on Saturday? Okay, denominators are the same, so keep the 8, and then you just subtract. 3 minus 2 gives me 1. She read 1/8 more of the book on Friday than she did on Saturday. Okay, go ahead and go back and start on page 7. Make sure you do all the evens and all the problems I didn't do with you from pages 7 through 10. When you're done with that, go to the extra practice, page 35, and do 1 through 12. And then when you're done with that, go ahead and do the VMath Live. All right, and you're done.